Hey, welcome back to the channel. Got my keep my bald head warm cap on today. It's getting chilly out here. You know, it is November, almost December. The purpose of today's video is to give you guys a 1-year update on my Kamado Joe Kamado and let you know how it's worked for me. Maybe just a brief overview of where mine's at and you know, whether I'd still recommend this thing. So let's not waste any time and dig right in. This is how the Kamado Joe normally sits. When it's not in use, I've got the cover on it. It's, you know, pretty well faded. You know, this time of year, the sun really isn't reflecting over it because it's sitting on the north side of my house. But, you know, it's pretty sun faded. Some of the stitching is missing and the, you know, the rope is coming apart. But overall, the cover itself, it's still, no, you're not falling apart. And it keeps all of the you know, the debris and water and rain off the Kamado. So it's doing its job. Nothing else really wrong with it otherwise. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside here. All right, so obviously that came up when the cover came off, but usually I've got mine stored, you know, with the lid cracked like that, just to keep any moisture from building up in there, because you don't want mold inside these things. But this is how it normally sits. I leave all the utensils on. I've got these little racks here off Amazon. I'll put affiliate links down to those if you guys want to pick those up. They're really neat. I find them handy. I keep my pizza stone down here at all times, but again, it's under the cover, so it's protected. So let's go ahead and fold up the trays here on the side. These are the metal trays that came on this Kamado, and they're all in good shape. There is a little tiny bit of rust around the front edge on some of these, but nothing to be alarmed of. The actual tools, you know, the charcoal poker 100 here is still in good shape. The actual tongs for moving around the you know, the metal inside there, the metal grates are still in good shape, and the actual Kamado overall is in good shape. I do, you know, try to keep some of this stuff cleaned up. You know, this here needs a little bit of cleaning up on it, but you know, nothing's broken. No cracks in the ceramic, and again, maybe could use a small cleanup, but other than that, the entire unit's in good shape. There's no rust on the stand at all. It's in good shape. The casters look good. Rubber's still in good shape. You know, can't complain. You know, the door works fine. You know, the actual ashtray needs cleaned out. We'll show you that in a minute here. That looks good. You know, and the rest of the ceramic is in really good shape. All the bolts are still tight. I haven't really had to mess with those. I did have to adjust the air latch here in the back. It was a little down on power once, but once we adjusted it, it's fine. So let's go ahead and peek inside. Inside, nothing really too exciting. The actual gasket's still in good shape. You know, nothing's coming unglued. And that is also the reason why they recommend you pop the front latch there to keep all the excess of pressure off of this gasket to make it last longer, because eventually, you know, it's gonna wear out. It's a wear item, right? But make it last as long as it can. So down inside here, the grates, this is usually how I store it. I have a non-abrasive like Scotch-Brite scraper thingy that I, you know, do this with. And every once in a while, I'll go ahead and stoke it fully with coal, you know, to get it nice and hot. Bump it up to 600 degrees, close the lid for a while, get everything to bake off, and then you can just dust off all the excess stuff. You know, it's probably about due for that again, but we're in good shape right now. You know, as a side note, I bought one of these deck boxes. It keeps all my charcoal in here, all my accessories, fire starting equipment, you know, all that fun stuff in here. Also have the wife's bird feeder stuff because its proximity is really close. Well, it's nice to keep all this stuff here, and over here is the grill. I also have my Green Mountain grill, pellet grill. Had that for several years, works great. And I keep all my stuff in here like these. It's handy to keep a nice pair of these, you know, rubber coated gloves in here. Keeps your hands clean and you don't do as much, you know, cleaning up on yourself. So the actual grates themselves are still in good shape. Again, like I said, these could go, you know, could benefit from a high temp cook off to get all the extra grease off the bottom, or simply just take off the diverters here. These are in great shape, no cracks, they're not broken. Obviously, if you drop them, you're gonna have less luck. And just to show you here why these pieces on the side are nice, if you're not using these diverters, you sandwich them up and set them over here out of the way. Also down here, again, you have your accessory adapter. It's in great shape. You know, nothing enough to note here. Some cobwebs, apparently a spider got in there recently. That's in good shape, nothing too exciting there. The rest of this, you know, again, besides being a little dirty, it's looking pretty good. And the actual piece that lines it up here on the firebox is in good shape. The grate at the bottom, you know, it's a little bit rusted, but it's in good shape still here too. And all the ceramics here are in good shape as well. So, you know, overall, this unit's still in great shape. You know, I've ran probably 200 pounds of charcoal through it. Going to throw these to the side for now. I got to soak some charcoal in here in a minute. I bought one of these metal cans that I keep all my ash in. Because it was handy. I don't have to worry about it catching on fire, you know, and I can take this down and dump on the garden and give it a little bit of nutrients. You know, I just scraped this down in the bottom there as we were from the last cook. You know, this whole pan's in good shape still. You know, nothing's deteriorating. Make sure we get all the ash out of here. Like I said, I'm gonna start a fire right after this. And yeah, so pretty uneventful there. We'll just throw that in there and close the lid, and we'll slide it back under here for now. One last thing to note is the actual temperature gauge is still in good shape, working fine. Again, I attribute some of this stuff to just keeping it out of the weather. I plan to add like a grilling roof over this deck in the next year or so. But right now, I would say the cover has been its saving grace. It's keeping it, all the stuff off of it. It's like anything else. If you can keep the weather, sun, and dirt and debris off it, it's gonna last longer. That's why you try to keep stuff under a roof in general. So that's an update here, brief update, but just to show you guys, if you're considering a Kamado Joe, what to expect after 1 year of use. I haven't say I would be an extremely heavy user. I've put probably 200 to 300 pounds worth of charcoal through this over a year. So, 10 to 15 bags of charcoal, which, I've got this pellet grill as well. So I give it some love as well. I don't just solely use this. I do like, they both have different purposes, and I do enjoy the charcoal over, the wood-fired pellet grill at times. But, I've ran them, again, like I said, a decent amount of wood through it, still in good shape. I haven't had any issues with it, no warranty claims. So far, I've had 0 complaints on this, and I would definitely recommend the Kamado Joe Kamado to anybody looking at them. This is the 18-inch version, the classic style. The Big Joe would be nice at times if you're cooking for a bigger group, or if you have bigger proteins to stick on there and cook. But to be honest with you, at this point in time, this one was heavy enough the way it was. But maybe in the future, I can save some cash and get the big feller and sell this off to somebody else who can enjoy a smaller one. But again, 18 inch is a good size for our family, right now anyways. And I just like to have, sides put on there with it. But we do, I can get that second tier adapter for doing a lot of that stuff. But again, this is my 1 year, a little over 1 year update on my Kamado Joe Classic. I really do like it, and I would recommend it to anybody in the market for Kamado. Kamado Joe has been a great brand for me, and I know it's not the green egg, but there's a lot of fun accessories with this one you could check out. I'm going to be picking up the griddle hopefully in the next little bit here, so I can do some breakfast on this, a little more, focused towards that. Frying different things on there as well, because, the grates are only so limited. So hope you guys found this quick video informative and helpful. If you did, I would appreciate if you hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down, but give me some feedback on what else you'd like to hear or know about this. If you guys are watching this and you're not a part of the YouTube family, I would greatly encourage you to hit that subscribe button and follow along. I would really appreciate that, trying to grow the channel here. And, the intent of this channel is to learn some stuff the hard way so you don't have to, and to share with you along the way any of my experiences, good, bad, and different. I bought this with my own money, so I can give you my unbiased and honest feedback on that. And even if it is something that's given to me, I'm not going to, share with you something that I wouldn't use or buy myself with my own money, because money's tight nowadays in a market where it doesn't go as far as it used to, that's for sure. Depending upon where you're at in the world, stay warm, stay dry, stay out of trouble, and until next time, my name's Kyle, and I'm signing out. We'll catch you later. Man, now I gotta get some charcoal in this thing. Let's do that.